On June 6, 1944, D-Day came. The largest invasion armada in history struck across the Channel against Hitler's vaunted Atlantic Wall. Giant Allied air blows had paved the way. A Signal Corps camera slate tells the story. Along the Normandy beaches, many were hit and died, but our troops landed and held on. In 8 weeks came the big breakthrough, and suddenly Paris was free. Eisenhower flew to Paris en route with his armies to Germany. Amid a tremendous show of Allied power, General Charles de Gaulle, leader of fighting France, at last returned. Plunging straight into the dragon's teeth of the Siegfried Line, 6 great Allied armies pushed the Western Front into Germany itself. Meanwhile, vast Soviet forces smashed into the Reich from the east. A frantic Germany called up its young, old, and unfit to stem the tide. Against fanatical resistance, we reached the River Rhine, and early in 1945, by bridge, by boat, and by air, we crossed that fabled German defense line. Meanwhile, the Red Army crossed the Oder toward Berlin. Between the Oder and the Rhine lay the arena of Germany's final battle. On both fronts, the irresistible advance surged forward. For Eisenhower's forces, it was good terrain for movement. And, as before in France, his armies unleashed a made-in-America blitzkrieg that left the Wehrmacht reeling. Hordes of stunned Germans were rounded up in the Ruhr and the battlefields beyond. More than 3 million between D-Day and final surrender. On German highways, our troops smashed forward and joined the Red Army, conquerors of Berlin. Only mopping up of isolated pockets remained. With Hitler dead, their nation torn to pieces, the Germans could take it no longer. They surrendered unconditionally. 3 great leaders, one of them tragically dead before it came, had plotted that surrender, planned that victory in Europe for which the world gives thanks. And among many of many nations, America salutes its architects of victory. Homer Bradley, commander of American armies. Courtney Hodges, 1st Army. William Simpson, 9th Army. Alexander Patch, 7th Army. George S. Patton, 3rd Army. And Dwight D. Eisenhower, Supreme Allied Commander.